My name is Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. I help people just like you get to the next level. Whether it's in the gym, breaking that personal record, burning body fat, gaining muscle, or here on YouTube, helping you dial in on that winning my championship mindset, or whatever it takes to get that perspective to get to that next level, or perhaps even helping you dial in on your nutrition and your supplementation program. Those are some of the key areas of my work. So, have you ever struggled with meditation, getting good at meditation, or you hear all the hype, right, that is talked about in meditation, like Fortune 500 CEOs are meditating. So why is this even something you want to consider? Perhaps there could be many positions as to why you're watching this video, meaning why you struggle with meditation. I first wanted to meditate cognitively, meaning by choice, around 2007. That's when I read Autobiography of a Yogi, and I didn't know at the time that the writer would soon become, or one day become, my guru, meaning the person that brings you from darkness to light. Now, the word guru is a very strong word. My specific and my personal feelings, my true feelings towards guru are, it is a spiritual guide. It is someone that is really looking out for the well-being of your soul and all that you would think it is. And another thing that a guru, and I'm getting off track here for a second, but a guru is definitely something people don't really realize. I feel gurus like a best friend. Like, my feelings towards Yogananda are, if somebody's gonna look out for the well-being of my soul and give me these insights to meditating closer to God, like, that's a really good friend, right? So I think of the word guru, to me, in my heart, means best friend. So moving on to, now, I full disclaimer, I am in no way, shape, or form a guru by the traditional use of the word. I am a good friend to many people there. So in any case, my story with meditation, and I wanted to get into around 2007 when I read Autobiography of a Yogi. And, at that time, I had DirecTV with a fuckload of channels. I was working out, I was dating, there were so many different possible things that were far more exciting and titillating and ego gratifying and self-esteem surging than like sitting down and monitoring the breath. And I didn't even know really how to meditate at the time of, I want to meditate. So for some people, I think that it's the sheer fact of not knowing how to meditate. And then there was a time in 2012 where I actually applied for technical, physical, written lessons on how to meditate. And these lessons were, to be divulged over the course of a whole year, And at the time, I thought, that's a bit dramatic, why can't you just give me the lessons, right? And, time went on, and the first lesson started with a volition, meaning the commitment that no matter what, I was going to achieve, put my mind to meditating, getting closer to God. I was volition. That was the first lesson. So, the lessons came in the mail, and there was the first lesson right there, volition. And it's like around July 12th or something. The Olympics are on. I got the movie The Artist playing in the background, and I'm here. I'm going through a breakup, right? And that's kind of what spurred me to look for a deeper answer to life and everything. And I've shared my story many times as to, there I was at that desk, right? But when I applied for these lessons, or when I decided to get closer to God. And so there I got these lessons. There's that lesson on volition. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to meditate, right? And, lo and behold, one of the most powerful meditations I ever have done in my life was around that time. It was around 2012. Like, I went to this chapel, and I really wanted healing from my heart because I was sad and, just confused with love and the whole thing. And so I went to this chapel, and my meditation was so deep that I feel like I felt like gold, like I saw golden color, like a gold lava pour through my consciousness, right? And that was powerful. Now, not all my meditations are that powerful. I don't recall too many being that powerful. I've had several powerful perspective shifting, heartfelt meditations since I just had one before I made this video. So in any case, time went on, and then it didn't take long before there was this woman that came into the picture, and I tell her, like, I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to change my life for the better, right? And it didn't take long before I stopped meditating. Like, it did not take long before, she became the more important thing in my life, or the more exciting thing in my life. And I think that's what happens to many of us, is that we tend to, as people, get distracted by things that are kind of more titillating, more carnal, more physical, more likely to increase our sexual drive, or our lusts, our excitement, our titillation. And it isn't until I think we kind of see that those things may sometimes lead to arguments with our loved ones, or we feel like some sort of cyclical pattern that isn't quite letting us get to what we really want, or we feel stuck in this level of growth. When I say at the beginning of my videos, I help people just like you get to the next level. These aren't just videos I make. They're not just these videos that I just conceptualize and I just make when I fucking, feel like making a fucking video because it's worth nothing to me. Like, this is a sincere story. These are sincere strategies that I really use. And whether it was like friends with benefits, when I walk away, like I walked away from that situation. Jordan Peterson self-authoring, right? Like, I use that as a compass to harness in on the habits I need to improve and the things that I need to stop doing, right? So there's an actual application process that I reveal to you in these videos. The same token, at that moment, when I'm talking about meditation and your struggles, these are my real struggles, and they're likely going to be your struggles. The chances that there's going to be a boyfriend or girlfriend kind of like texting you, and you want to text back, you want to know what they're doing. You have a lot of channels to watch from Netflix, Hulu, on your phone, Instagram. You have all these media conglomerates looking to get your attention. So it's very difficult to calm the body down. Like, even when you do decide to meditate, now you got your own physical anxieties built up in your body. Like, your body has tensions in the muscles that are going to kind of want to move, and if the central nervous system kind of wants to get out of that seated position, if you don't breathe through it and turn on the parasympathetic system, you're likely going to nudge out of it. Like, I struggle with this even today. Like, I've written a book on meditation. I've made a course on meditation. I have hours and hours of meditation. I have been taught by Guru Yogananda and his lessons, and I have yogi friends who are very much on this path and speak from their heart, and I struggle with meditation. So what I mean by struggle is, it's not that I can't do it or I don't do it regularly. What I'm saying is, like exercise. I've been exercising since 1996 and been active in my life. Like, sometimes part of me doesn't want to exercise. Some of that is good sometimes because I need rest, but sometimes, like today, I'm fully rested. Part of me doesn't want to go work out. There's a very small part, because I've been training so long, that I know I'll work out. I'm just saying that it takes a long time to develop the neurological pathways where the temptation to not do, like, meditation in this instance, in this conversation, is heavier until you have years. And, like, for people like me, that's how it is. Like, you could be a rare exception, but you are the exception to the rule. Like, most people find it difficult. Like, the Dalai Lama has said that he finds it difficult to meditate. The Dalai fucking Lama. Okay? Like, if you don't know who that is, just look that up. he's considered like a enlightened individual, has come back reincarnated, and You understand what I'm saying? Like, if he himself says it's difficult to meditate, the chances that you are the exception to the rule are slim. They just are. This is a science that garners some respect. And like, even I could tell you, I'm going to go into the depths as to what I experienced today, and it could kind of give you some insight as to, okay, shit. So as I'm here in the front of this video, constructing thoughts, explaining, using my hands, turning on the camera, making sure that I stand up here in the frame. Like, this is my ego. This is my functional brain, making sure that the job gets done. What's the job? The job is to get this video up on YouTube so that you can watch it and get some information, right? That's the end goal. So the ego and the functional mind is always leading sort of situations into an outcome. The soul is more expansive and non-conforming, and just it's an extensive knowledge of self that doesn't really have this type of the quick agenda. Okay, you could say the soul shows itself through its behaviors in the body in many cases, or the soul will show its evidence of self in rare moments, and we as a society sort of have come up with this hierarchical understanding of, oh, that was soulful, right? And we know, like, love is soulful. We know that hard work has soul. We hear integrity, we hear like these higher capacity understandings, and we say that's like the human spirit, right? So you could say that in meditation, you're silencing that ego part of you. That's how it feels like for me, and that it kind of wants to creep back into your consciousness. Let's pretend this is your consciousness, because this is the area of the third eye. Well, the ego is consistently wanting to say words and give you ideas, and to breathe through that and to calm the mind down, and then start witnessing this part within you that is existing even bigger, even more expansive, even far more reaching and deep than the ego even. And that to believe that part of you has something to offer you is a very challenging energy, like, because the ego in itself is so clear, right? Like, I need to get this video to YouTube and upload it. It's so clear. It can be heard. You hear it. And what I just said about the spirit being expansive and things like that, and it's this quiet part of you that can teach you so much. And there's deep intrinsic voices or knowledges that the soul will give you. Like, that is very abstract, right? So naturally, your struggle is going to be like to even think that has any value. David Lynch, he talks about this, and how after 20 minutes you connect with this like infinite plane, right? And he talks about transcendental meditation, and how after 20 minutes you can reach this infinite plane of knowledge, and in doing so you can access creativity and parts of yourself that you weren't, you kind of were blocking yourself off to. So there's fruit in the work, in the boring through. As I talked to a coach, and he goes, meditation is boring in the sense that, yes, it is boring as we know it, but you're also boring through the thoughts. You're like tearing through thoughts that are very like adamant and loud. So that's a struggle there. And the science of meditation. Look, I have a meditation course. You can find me on Udemy. I'm not even going to link it. That's not why I made the video. I do know that there's a common sense practice to that, where it's like I should, and I don't know. I don't want to. You could find me on Udemy. My name is Jacob Adams. You put Jacob Adams Fitness Coach on Udemy and get the course. It's on meditation. Or just look at, I don't care where you learn it, dude. Like, that's not why I'm making the video. I just wanted to talk about the struggle of it and to why you find it challenging. I wanted to, honestly, before making this video, I just wanted to go to the gym and work out. And so I had a choice to make, and it was, do I want to, meditate before I go to the gym? And like, here I am, like almost 20 minutes of meditation, 14 minutes into making this video. I'm putting all this before the gym. So I had made a conscious choice that this was in fact better for me than to just go right into the workout. Like, I made that conscious decision, right? To be dialed into my soul. That was a conscious decision. And I think that we're living in a time where, we have to make that decision, where it isn't so common sense to, I think it's, people might say, well, just get to it. And that's cool if you've never done that, if you've never understood, well, just get to it, And then after some time, people like myself that we've worked out for years, we've just gotten to it for years. We don't need that lesson as much anymore. We also need to understand that there's this aspect to a depth of being, and we need that lesson. Okay, people like myself that have worked out for 20 years or so, we don't necessarily need another workout so readily as much as a connection to the soul. And so what I did today was, I had a moment, I turned on this candle for my dad. I want to give a shout out to my dad, whose urn is here with me. This is, he passed away. My dad actually passed away on National Meditation Day. And me and my sister talked about how that was a special thing, because me and her, we came to meditation on our own, and yoga and everything on our own path. We didn't say, well, let's do this together. So after he passed that day, me and my sister meditated deeply and chanted and stuff like that, or sang. And, I could have just gone to the gym, but if I did that, I don't think my dad would have had this deep moment where I honored him, I turned on the candle for him. And this was very unexpected. Like, I didn't schedule it. I didn't put it on my schedule to, let me honor my dad today. It was a very organic, expression of soul. And today I woke up, I rested really well. My body didn't go right into meditation, or I didn't want to go right into the practice through discipline. It was more of a luring, actually, and discipline. It was both the luring and the discipline, versus just I know this is good for me. So meditation slowly called me, and then my dad had his moment. We had a moment, and I made this video, and I wanted to talk about the struggle and the depth and the being and the reality of it is. So whatever you do, whether you take my course, whether you take a course through Self-Realization Fellowship, which I started with, whatever you do, Transcendental TM, I hear is good. That's David Lynch's the organization he works with. Whatever you do, get started, and don't wait forever. That's the worst thing you can do, is don't wait too long, because it takes years to get really good. So don't beat yourself up if you're not great yet. Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, put a timer on, and start with simple as that. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is Jacob Adams signing off. Subscribe or not, or just follow your heart. That's more than enough. Peace.